Good, happy Friday morning, December 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Friday morning, so let's begin. But first up, we begin with the weather. Cold continues through Friday, warming trend for the weekend. Let's take a listen to that weather video from meteorologist Mike Haddad.
Nature isn't the only force that can leave its mark, especially when you have a tractor built to help make your property your own.
Thank you very much for joining us. Stormwatch 9, weather on the web, another weekend just about here. And so is an end to this bitterly cold air, as it only lasts for another, say, 24 to 36 hours or so into Saturday morning. So that frigid feel into Friday morning, not a whole lot better in the afternoon. Once we get into Saturday afternoon, the winds will be light, so after a very cold start, temperatures will feel more pleasant by afternoon. A, it'll be warmer. B, we won't have a wind chill. Speaking of above normal, here we go. We're into those temperatures Sunday into at least Tuesday of next week. With the west and northwest flow overhead, it is storm-free. These clouds will never work in here. High clouds to the west along a warm front will signal that warming trend that begins over the weekend. So for tonight, generally clear skies, a few patchy low clouds far north. Otherwise, it's a sunny, breezy, and cold end to the week on Friday. Moving ahead to Saturday, we'll have some sunshine during the morning hours and then increasing high clouds during the midday and afternoon, but it will be snow and rain free into Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, even Christmas Day of next week. Overnight tonight, below zero north to about 12 or 13 at the coast, single digits to near 10 elsewhere. But again, factor in that wind, it'll feel like 0 to 20 below from the coast up through the White Mountains and the Great North Woods early on Friday. Just slightly higher wind chills Friday afternoon, but then finally those winds go light on a bright and seasonable Saturday. Sunday, 30s north, lower half of the 40s south, even a bit warmer on Monday, bright, breezy, and pleasantly mild on Tuesday. Sun to clouds on Christmas Day, and then the next shot of a little bit of light snow looks to be late Wednesday evening or Wednesday overnight into Thursday.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at your roadways right now and see how traffic is shaping up this Friday morning. And here's a live look at your traffic this morning on your traffic map. As you can see, in Henniker, smooth sailing with a little bit of medium and slow-paced traffic. Hopkinton, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Bow, Pembroke, and Concord, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Chichester, smooth sailing. Epsom, smooth sailing. Northwick, smooth sailing. Lee, smooth sailing. And Durham, smooth sailing. Rochester, smooth sailing. Somersworth, smooth sailing. Dover, smooth sailing. Portsmouth, smooth sailing. Portsmouth into Maine, smooth sailing. Rye, smooth sailing. Northampton, smooth sailing. Hampton, smooth sailing. Seabrook, smooth sailing. Into the border of Massachusetts. On 101, all smooth sailing on 101. Manchester, Hooksett area, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Bedford, smooth sailing. Amherst, smooth sailing. And Milford, smooth sailing. Around Manchester Airport, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Merrimack, smooth sailing. Nashua, smooth sailing into the border of Massachusetts. And we have a delay. Delays of 2 minutes on the Everett Turnpike northbound in Mine Falls Park. Average speed 30 miles per hour. And delays of 4 minutes on US 3 Everett Turnpike northbound between 35 MA, Massachusetts, 113 Kendall Road, and exit 5 Main Dunstable Road. Average speed 30 miles per hour. In Manchester, Londonderry, Windham, Salem, into the border of Massachusetts, all smooth sailing. And also Nashua and Milford area, all smooth sailing there, as you can see. So not a too bad of a ride there this morning on your traffic. And hopefully it will stay that way, and hopefully no major issues this morning for your morning commute. And that does it for a look at your traffic. Now, let's get to your news. First up, East Kingston rallies behind family that lost home in fire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
At Beltade's, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltade's Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
They only just met, but to the Maceros, these firefighters are now family. 4 nights ago, everything was destroyed in their East Kingston home after their dryer caught fire.
The alarms went off. I went downstairs, saw smoke.
Christmas gifts, their belongings, all of it, gone.
Even walking through today, I asked if there was certain things we could salvage, and it was like, nope.
So firefighters began collecting donations.
Oh my God. I don't know what to say.
I don't either.
You don't have to say a thing.
They weren't expecting the entire town to rally behind them.
This town has been incredible. There are no words to describe how thankful we are to be a part of this community. And
Toys, blankets, clothes. More than 70 people have dropped off items for this family, and the donations keep on coming.
Everybody is so busy, has so much going on in their lives, and nobody has time for anything. But people in this small town took time. They made time to help this family.
And every donation means their 5-year-old daughter, Lily, will still have a Merry Christmas.
Do you have a favorite of all the things you've looked at so far? What is it?
My baby.
The Maceros and their pets are all safe, and they say that's all that matters. But they'll never forget this incredible generosity.
if we could hug all of you, we would. But thank you for everything that you've done for us here and rallying behind us. It means the world to us.
In East Kingston, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Granite State communities providing shelter from cold and those in need. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Strict attention to detail. That's what sets Kubota construction equipment apart. It's how we maximize performance, increase strength, and give you the dependability you demand. We engineer our equipment precisely at every level. It's what makes us a leader. Now, write it off the lot, write it off your taxes with a Section 179 tax deduction when you buy new Kubota construction equipment by December 31st. See your tax advisor for details.
Chapel Tractor, where you'll notice the difference since 1955.
Well, tonight, organizations across the Granite State are making sure those most vulnerable to the cold have a warm place to stay. In Manchester, the shelter at Families in Transition New Horizons isn't just full, it's over capacity. They brought in 30 additional mattresses, and because those are full as well, anyone on a wait list can go to an emergency warming station.
We're really making sure that everybody has a place to go during these extreme weather situations, and the City of Manchester and community partners are making that happen.
Families in Transition New Horizons says this is its busiest time of year. Anyone willing to donate money or volunteer their time should visit the organization's website for information. Well, tonight, the city of Dover is opening another warming center because of the cold. The McConnell Center on St. Thomas Street doesn't have beds, but there is food available. It will be open until 7 a.m. The city's police station and 3 fire stations are also available at any time.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And today will be another cold day. The cold continues into Friday, and then Saturday we'll see it warm up in the 40s, the temps. Firefighters from multiple departments battle Bradford house fire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
We're back celebrating the holidays.
And our new Volvo showrooms in Nashua, Concord, and Meredith.
Right now at Lovering Volvo, your first payment is on us, in addition to saving up to $14,000 off select 2019 models.
Call or visit us today.
Well, first of all, we just got an initial report from first responders who say they do not believe anyone was hurt in the house fire that is just down the road from the Bradford Fire Department. And you can see fire stations have been coming here, lining up to fill their tankers with water and shuttle it into the fire scene on Gillingham Road. They fill up here, and then it's just a short drive to the scene. Fire trucks from all across the region are lined up to get into that fire scene. They tell us this is a house fire. There's no word yet on any damage or a cause. Now, in these temperatures, the firefighters really have to work to keep their lines from freezing. They tell us they're also being very cautious. They do not want any of their firefighters to suffer cold-related injuries. Here's how the deputy chief of the responding Washington Fire Department describes what it is like fighting a fire on a night like this.
Well, they have exposure problems with the guys that are working, trucks that are sitting around that may freeze up, or engines that may freeze up sitting here in the water, cold. So we're going to circulate our pumps, keep them from freezing, so in case they need us on scene, we're ready to go.
Because there's always a problem to get enough water there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can see the amount of tankers that they have here, so they need a lot of water up on scene. So we want to make sure everything is not frozen when they need the water.
Now, last year, 2 Washington firefighters suffered severe frostbite doing their job on a night like this, so they know how important it is to keep the rotations going, and that's part of why so many fire departments have responded to the house fire here tonight. Once again, at this hour, no reported injuries. Live in Bradford, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Emotions run high at Newmarket School Board meeting. Students and parents still in the dark. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
Share abroad at no extra charge, with everyone back home in this. With a little help from Google Fi, a phone plan by Google.
Tonight's school board meeting here in Newmarket came to an abrupt halt, but then restarted soon after. This is all surrounding the removal of the junior-senior high school principal, and parents and students feeling like their voices aren't being heard. Navia Katuru is encouraged by parents and fellow students to continue as the school board warns she's out of order for speaking on a topic not on the meeting's agenda. The school board voted to suspend the meeting and walked out as Navia and many others tried to talk about Chris Mazzoni, the junior-senior high school principal who's been on paid administrative leave for an unknown reason for 6 weeks.
Being walked out on, that was harsh. I felt disrespected. I felt that they just proved my point that I don't have a voice.
The board did return and allowed only students to speak on the matter based on the student report agenda item.
I don't want a stranger handing me my diploma. I want the man that I've known for 7 years to hand me my diploma.
Hundreds have signed a petition of no confidence in Superintendent Susan Gibbons, citing a lack of communication.
They wanted to speak their mind on it, and unfortunately, I have a feeling that was the main reason for blocking the people from speaking.
Parents say they just found out the elementary school principal will fill in for Mazzoni in January. School board members declined to comment to reporters, but told the public items need to be added to the agenda ahead of time. But the board itself will not discuss a personnel matter.
The next school board meeting is scheduled for January 9th. It is unclear whether or not this item will be put on the agenda to be able to be part of public comment. Reporting in Newmarket tonight, Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Shock felt in Ossipee and surrounding towns. Planned ledge blasting. The Ossipee police chief confirmed on Thursday that a shock felt in the region was due to ledge blasting in the area off Route 16. Viewers reported feeling the shock in Ossipee, Wolfboro, and as far as Conway. The chief said blasting is finished for the year. And your U.S. stock markets, U.S. futures point to a mixed open. U.S. stock index futures were mixed Friday morning. And the new Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker is now in theaters, opened up yesterday evening. And let's take a look at this video from ABC News. Cast of The Rise of Skywalker hit the blue carpet. Let's take a look at that video from ABC News.
Hey there, I'm Stacey Chen. We are at the world premiere of the latest Star Wars trilogy, Rise of Skywalker. The wait is finally over. We're here in Hollywood, this amazing space that they transformed into a Star Wars universe. And on this blue carpet tonight, we're going to talk to some of your favorite heroes and villains in the galaxy.
It's crazy. It's wild. It is such a cultural phenomenon. It's so much more bigger than just a movie. So it's always really, makes a big impression.
They don't make movies like this anymore. The money and the artistry that goes into costumes, sets, locations, creatures, it's epic on that proportion.
You walk in, the sets are absolutely three-dimensional and real. It's not computer generated. There are real stormtroopers and the real doors that hydraulically do that. I thought it's just extraordinary.
To be a part of something like this is ridiculous. I was in The Force Awakens and then not in the next one, and then this guy...
Not in The Force Awakens.
I was!
There's not one scene he's in. This man has a lot. Security.
I think this is our 5th Star Wars movie since we bought Lucasfilm in 2012. This is definitely the biggest premiere we've ever had.
It's fun. I mean, again, you're making a movie that's of a certain scale, and yet you have to kind of keep it light. You have to find a way to, to be delighted and be surprised.
Well, what JJ does is he loves everybody. Like, he'll grab an extra and go, I need you to say, what's your name? I need you to say something. Suddenly, this person has a line in Star Wars. He's so generous, and he'll cut him out later. But he at least makes the effort on set. It's so relaxing on set. Like, you would think a movie like this, the pressure is on. He doesn't let that pressure get to anybody else. It's great.
He has this incredible way of taking these epic stories, which he loves. He's such a fan of Star Wars and all of these things, but still maintaining this intimacy and humor and heartbreak within this epic story. And I think that's his true talent, and I think that suits Star Wars very well.
Spanning 4 decades and 9 episodes, the Star Wars franchise has definitely some of the most loyal and committed fans out there. To say they're excited about this movie is an understatement. Some of these fans have been camping all day and night for this premiere, and we got to talk to some of them about why this franchise means so much to them.
So the costumes all handmade. It took me somewhere between 500 to 600 hours. It's got over 40 yards of fabric and over 45,000 beads. And Star Wars is really important to me. I've been watching it since I was about 5 or 6 years old, and to see the culmination of 42 years of storytelling is really huge, and I'm so excited to be here tonight.
It pretty much means everything to me. I've been a giant Star Wars fan since I was a kid, and so just having this come to a closure is a bit bittersweet. I'm really sad to see this arc end, but I'm really excited to see how it ends and where it ends.
We're part of a big, major machine, that is obviously at the beating heart of the fans, so it feels good.
The amount of people the creature department utilizes to make that suit and all the other creature suits is amazing. The work they do for Star Wars, it's unbelievably important.
Bittersweet, bitterness in the fact that I'm not going to have the consistency of these people, Oscar, Daisy, and then the sweetness of, obviously looking forward and moving on,
I wailed for like half an hour today. Yeah, it's so emotional. And also, I'm really homesick. I've been gone for 3.5 weeks, and it is that strange thing of people constantly saying, what's it feel like for it to be the end? So constantly, the word the end is going around in your head, and I was thinking, oh my god, is this the end? I don't have a job to go to, there's so much stuff, and the fact that we all got on so well together doesn't necessarily happen every time. So I'm thanking everything and counting my blessings.
Well, I think what's great about this is, it's the conclusion of a 9-chapter Skywalker saga, but it's extremely satisfying, very emotional, very exciting. And so, I love it when fans, Star Wars fans all over the world get to see it for the first time. I've seen it a number of times, so I just want to see it with other people.
We can't wait to see how this final battle turns out. You guys can catch Star Wars Rise of Skywalker in theaters on December 20th. I'm Stacey Chen, and you're watching ABC News Live.
Hi.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all enjoyed watching this morning edition. I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast, and I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.